Welcome to the Just Talk to Me Bro podcast.
Who does this guy even think he is? What are you, chewing rocks? Just talk to me, bro.
Starring your host, Dante Dario.
And welcome back to the episode 3 of the Just Talk to Me Bro podcast. I got my boy here, Omar.
I'm back.
Well, that's good. And then I got Jay over here with an EY, and that's a little bit weird. What's up, Jay?
You are good.
Oh, wow. Well, you had a little bit of a mishap there with your mic, but that's okay.
You were having some technical difficulties today.
I won't forgive you.
Well, I hope we had a good weekend. I know that we didn't post an episode right away, but we had a lot of in-betweens to fill with the podcast. It's actually very hard.
Yeah, new pod vibe, you know?
You know, new pod.
Are we not going to mention the sexual innuendo in betweens to fill?
Well, yeah, I guess we could do that.
Okay.
Yo, you guys ever see like the creative middle finger things? Just like read between the lines.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
the middle finger.
the Jack in the Box.
Or the one where
I haven't heard that one in a while.
you hold the finger and you say, with headphones.
No, never heard that
good,
one.
That's good.
Yeah, see, I got one too. So we all did have a good weekend. Hopefully, I know we are coming up to a weekend. You've been working all day, which is kind of good, right?
Yeah, I guess so. And so are you guys, just in a different way.
Yeah, I guess. I've been doing e-commerce, like I said in episode 1. I don't know what the brown guy's been doing. He's suspicious.
Just being brown, you know?
Yeah, you have fun. You had a weird experience at like what? You go to like a club or something?
Oh,
You were
we're talking about the weekend. Oh, that's dangerous for me.
No, but I think it's a good story. Is that you should have a little bit of a situation.
All right. So, yeah, it was my friend's birthday, and you know how we party.
Do I know how you party, dude?
What? You're trying to message me. Are you dead? I'm worried. Like, no, I'm on a bender.
Yeah, he literally just replies, "I'm on a bender," and I immediately had like flashbacks because that's such a trigger word for me because I used to drink a ton, and when I was on a bender, you fucking know.
I know. I just don't know if you can know when you're in a bender currently. It seems like something you should know after the fact.
Yeah.
Like if you're conscious enough to know that you're in a bender, you're probably not quite in a bender yet.
Oh,
I
no.
don't know if I agree with that.
You could say like I'm almost going to be in a bender soon, or I'm just outside of a bender, but you can't be in a bender currently.
Oh, you be the judge. I'm at this after hours, and we go, like, me and my friend go to one of the side rooms, and there's like a couple people in there, and we're just hanging out, and then this dude whips out like a stick of deodorant, and I'm like, oh, okay. People don't think of that. When you're partying, you stink. So
Right.
I'm like, yeah, this guy.
I've seen people proactively do that.
Wait,
at
did you?
raves.
I don't want to kill the flow of your story, but did you text Dante before this?
It was after.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Go
It
on.
was
I'm
during
sorry.
the day when I messaged you.
Yeah. And yeah, so I'm thinking he's just being proactive, like, yeah, he's thinking ahead. I wish I was that. And then, like, while I'm thinking this, before I can even finish the thought, he just looks at it and takes a nice chomping bite out of it.
He eats it.
Yep. He just,
And you know what?
I could hear his chewing.
Oh,
It was like
what the
going in slow motion. I'm just like watching his jaw.
You know
What is wrong with people?
how he must have puked later? Because I don't know if you've ever like scratched your pit and then like bitten your nail.
No,
And it
no,
tastes-
I've
it
never
tastes
done
like
either of those things.
It's repellent to water.
Especially like back to back.
It's repellent to water.
Back
so
to back.
So you have a whole chunk of that in your stomach that's repelling water, and you're literally going against the puke.
Well,
And it's probably like, because it's really there, right? Oh,
It kind of reminds me of like the Tide Pod thing. It's just
Yeah.
like
Well-
putting chemicals in your body.
why does
well,
it look delicious? That's the problem.
wait. I got a
Tide
Tide Pod story too.
Oh,
but-
God.
Wait.
Got
So
a story for everything.
I am in a little bit of disbelief. I looked at my friend and I'm like, did you see what I saw? And she's like, well, he took a bite out of that deodorant and he didn't spit anything out. And I'm like, all right, guys, you seem a little out of it. Do you need like water or like, are you on drugs or anything? And he's like, oh no, we don't do drugs.
That's the best part of the story, dude. Just like the fact.
And I look at him.
I love deodorant.
I look at him and I'm just like, okay, I'm out.
Did you note the brand?
Old Spice.
Oh,
It was
I was
Old
gonna
Spice.
say that.
It was fucking
I was
Old
gonna say,
Spice.
is it Old Spice? And you, I don't want to do
You're
the
good.
rest. Yeah, because what if there's copyright?
Oh yeah, we
please?
shouldn't have even said that.
This is not sponsored. by
and
Old
then
Spice.
like as I'm walking out, I hear him tell his friend, you scared our new friends away.
That's terrible.
you do this every
I
time.
think you scared your friends away, dude. You're eating fucking deodorant.
We
Gross.
can't take you anywhere, man.
Remember looking at the deodorant. It's like, it's just blue and shiny and there's like perfect teeth marks right in it.
Did you say? I feel like I misheard you, but did you say your friend and you said she?
Yeah.
But you were in the washroom.
No, it was just a room.
Oh, okay.
No,
Okay. I
think
misunderstood.
No, I think we are onto something.
I thought there was
think
more
we're
to the
onto
story.
something here, dude.
Yeah, erotic bathroom deodorant eaters.
I was just trying to like set the stage of the story, right? You're in a bathroom, like
No,
there's a urinal there, there's
we're in
a
an
girl.
after hours with like multiple rooms, right?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I've never actually been to an after hours because being
Oh
from
my god.
no, I know being from up north, right? I've tried to get in. I remember one time going to Toronto and my friends that lived in Toronto were there and they told me to dress up. So being from the north and not knowing style, you know, I went in and is my mic cutting out?
No,
No,
you're
okay.
good.
No,
You're
it's
good.
You know, I went and bought threads that I thought like I thought it looked good. And I remember going to the door and the bouncer looks at me and he looks me up and down and he just says, yo, people like you, not welcome here.
What?
Yeah, no joke.
Why?
What the fuck?
No joke. I don't know. Like they were like lug type boots
Yeah.
and maybe jeans or something.
That's never ever happened to me, and I've been everywhere.
and all my friends were girls, so they're all in there and they're like, Jay, where are you? I'm
I
like,
can't go in.
I'm like,
Oh,
I'm
shit.
outside. And then I was like, I was kind of offended because I thought I looked good when I went there. I just like, you know, you get out like walking with some swag and
Yeah,
he
yeah.
just like, look, he's like, yo, get out of here, bro.
I think that
like,
bouncer
what?
had a thing against you. That's
Yeah.
what it was.
That's how they do it.
Yeah,
Maybe,
it has to be.
maybe. But
Like,
I was clearly
the-
from up north, right?
Yeah. This guy doesn't fit in. This guy might be dangerous. You know, he's trying to sell drugs or something.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, maybe he thought it was dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah, I look pretty dangerous.
Dangerous. What? How do you look at
It's
someone?
that,
and be
or like, no matter what you look like, no matter if you're tipsy or not, even if you haven't drank, they'll say, "Yeah, you look drunk."
You know what?
Fair enough. Yeah.
On the same topic, I remember going with this guy to it was a festival or something, and I said, "Let's take it easy with the pre-drinking because when we get there, they're gonna start scanning you and making sure you're good, right?" He likes to drink ultra fast before. It's not pre-drinking. Like we're drinking a couple beers now, whatever.
Right.
Take the edge off a bit. This guy, he likes to drink vodka, and like fucking straight chug this shit.
Are you like the guy that you always get denied when you get there? Like everybody's
Yeah.
gonna have a
No,
good
no.
time.
No, he's that guy. He's that guy.
not.
Because we get to the festival, right? And immediately the bouncer's like, "Yeah, that's not happening. go and eat a hot dog." And he tried to play it off because he was like, "I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna just, they're not gonna know." They knew.
Well, of course.
They knew right away, dude. It didn't take 2 seconds for that guy's thought process to be like, "Not happening."
Alcohol is just such a weird drug because
It's
like,
a drug, yeah.
It is absolutely a drug, and
I mean, have you tried Old Spice?
no, I can't say I have.
A lot of people try it.
What I was going to say is it's a weird drug in that the more you consume, the less that you're aware how inebriated you are. So like if you smoke a lot of weed, you know you're messed up.
Yeah.
But I mean, owning a bar and dealing with drunk people, it's crazy. The more messed up they are, the more they truly believe that they're actually not messed up at all. And it's
I
it's
think
just
you
kind of
see
a
that
weird
more
thing.
than both of us.
Well,
Because
probably.
it's a daily for you.
Probably it's
It's like a weekend for us. Back in our days when we used to, every weekend, but you're waking up to this every day. You're on a Thursday, for example, or a Monday or a Tuesday. You're seeing that.
I always say I see people at their worst and their best. So they're coming in if they're having a birthday party, but they're also coming in if they just got a divorce or something like that.
Do you feel bad because like I'm not saying you're the enabler, because that's not the thing, because you're running a business, right? So whoever's decision to do something, that's not your fault. But do you feel bad being the host of like that environment?
Yeah, it's occurred to me. My dad always said you justify everything you do, and I've justified it, and I do take accountability away from myself. I struggle with it. I've often thought that however many years I own a bar for, that I'm going to have to,
pay it back.
Maybe buy a health food store and sell people like granola bars for another 10 years.
You know what?
Something like that.
As long
Honestly,
as it makes you money, dude. It's a good way of thinking that, okay, I got to make a living, but at the same time, you can't.
Just pay back to the world. Listen to a vegan for 5 minutes.
Oh, no, please. God. Yeah, I don't think you should, let that.
No.
You.
Don't become a vegan. Just listen.
No. I mean in general.
Just put up with them.
With like owning a bar and all that stuff. Because like e-commerce is different, right? You have people that like come and go. That's it. You don't have to worry about what their lives are like. Well, actually, some customers that I have were like,
you're living people's dream. Like you have passive income. It's not really passive. I know I don't want to downplay what you do, because you do a lot, but being able to stay at home and make income, like everybody you talk to, says, I'm thinking about starting this e-commerce business. Like everybody has that story, but not a lot of people do it.
But like I talked about in episode 1, there's a lot of in-betweens that a lot of people don't realize. And the in-betweens is what kills you and kills your mental health.
What do you mean by that?
So mental health as in like people leaving disgusting comments or emails.
Okay, sorry. What do you mean by the in-betweens?
The in-betweens, the stuff that you do in the background that people don't realize you have to
do.
Right. People think it's just slapping a product label and like you sell it. It's not as simple as
details.
The details. Right. So as a bar owner that you have to have the place looking nice, right? And then you depend on people's reviews.
Like most people don't even think about cleaning the lines on a keg.
Right.
Keg
right.
tap.
Yeah, absolutely they don't. You're right. Yeah.
What about loading it?
You have
loading all the shit that's heavy into your bar, making sure all the tables are up to date. Not all creaky.
I see where you're going with this, but actually in my business, it's the same as yours. The worst part of my business is the customer interactions. It's the negativity or bad reviews, whatever, like, loading up the keg cooler. And surprisingly, actually, you bring up the lines, like people appreciate it. I actually have people all the time say, hey, I really like this draft. It tastes good. I know that you clean your lines. A lot of people know their beer more than you'd think. They say you obviously clean your lines. But the negative stuff for my business is just the customer interaction. It's, getting that 1-star review, and you've had 20 people that had a 5-star experience, and maybe one of those people left
that kills.
Or a good review.
That one person kills, and some people just do it out of spite, or just not knowing, or just being absolute assholes, just because.
I had a guy in the summertime. Literally, I had a conversation with him, and he was totally fine. I went inside. It could have been 5 minutes. My staff calls me outside, and he's on the ground. And I asked what happened, and kind of just assessed the situation. I asked a few people, and they said he just had a beer, and he flipped like a switch. His buddy apologized to me. He started calling people on as they walked through the door.
Oh, wow.
3 separate people he called on. One guy obliged, KO'd him, 1 punch. Right?
I understand that.
And he was messed up. When I got out there, he tried to fight me. He tried to fight my staff. His buddy that was there with him apologized on my behalf. He went home, okay?
Yeah.
His mom came in that night, not flipping out. She was reasonable. She said, what happened? I told her what happened. I said, listen, I wasn't out there. I've got video surveillance, Yeah. As far as I know, he started this fight. He got punched once. And she said, I'm so sorry. I know how you can get. That was that. Next thing you know, I start getting 1-star reviews rolling in on Google. Mm-hmm. 1 star, 2 1 stars, 3 1 stars. And they're claiming that people have been unprovoked, attacked unprovoked.
Right.
All this negative stuff. And come to find out, not only the influx of 1-star reviews that were obviously unfounded, But then I find out like a month later he started a GoFundMe for $69,000
For what?
for legal fees to sue my business.
69,000.
Yeah, like
Get out of here.
Are people not getting that?
like he obviously didn't get a penny. I was thinking about like donating $1 just to be cheeky or whatever.
yeah,
but like,
yeah.
man,
No, give him 69 cents.
man, it was just crazy though. Like, and you have these sleepless nights, and you're going like,
Yeah, I get
I
it.
had voluntarily provided footage. Obviously, I didn't give it to the family. I said,
Right.
if you want to press charges, I'll give it to the police, which I provided. But they claim that I was withholding video and that this guy was beat with, all kinds of weapons. I'm like,
I mean, do you want that to happen? 'Cause I'm not liking this guy.
oh man, it's just so
That's
frustrating.
brutal.
And you work so hard. Like I say, my staff works so hard for all these few 5-star reviews for true
Yeah.
good experiences, and then you have this guy who literally can't hold his booze and challenges people to fight. Somebody KOs him, and then you get like, I think we have 4 1-star reviews from that, and it was enough to like change my rating.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
way
yeah.
easier to get a negative review.
You know how hard
Big
it
time,
is
yeah.
to balance out a negative review?
Yeah.
Like one negative, you need like, I think 10 or 20 good ones, like 5 stars. And it will never be 5-star again until the thousands.
Yeah.
Like I know a vape shop owner, and he had 5-star for like 5 years or 5 or 6 years straight. And one guy left a 4.1, which brought him down to 4.9. And I think he's gonna need like 300 or 400 5 stars
Fair enough.
Get
to
it
fix
back,
that
yeah.
one 4-star, I think it was, or 3-star.
Although I will say that, I mean, you want, it's believable when you see a review that's 4.7 stars. That's good, because
Yeah.
as a regular
Yeah.
person going in there, there's not going to be like, if I see a 5-star and there's like, there's 20 reviews and they're all 5-star, that's
Right.
a little sketchy.
Yeah.
But if
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
500,
I don't trust
Yeah.
that on Amazon, right?
exactly.
Yeah.
And do you ever
Amazon's
creep,
totally
do you ever
different.
creep somebody's profile, like if they say something weird, like in a review, and then you're like, who is this guy? And you're like,
Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
shit
kind
All the time.
feel him out.
AstroTurfing their
See what
reviews,
his profile is like. Is,
All
is this
the
guy
time.
credible or not?
I-
And you pretty much know when they're not, right?
The fact that you say that is hilarious, because remember, I do e-commerce, so all of my reviews usually fill in through Facebook ads. People like to leave the review directly on my ad or through my Facebook or my website, right?
Right.
So the website doesn't really matter because people don't believe those, even though they're legit. I don't edit them or anything, but they'll leave them on the ad itself, and then I get to click on who left it, right? And I look like, dude, you chew rocks. Whatever you just left there, you chewing rocks. Because you can see, like, they look like, hillbillies. I'm not gonna make it up, right? Like they look funny, like funny people. So I don't
They
take it to
seem like
heart.
They're the type of people where you start thinking they didn't get all the lead out the paint.
Right. You
So
know?
so if you acknowledge that they're hillbillies,
I don't know. I'm just saying.
we'll
I'm just
say-
saying they look a little bit like missing or extra chromosomes.
Right,
Yeah.
gotcha. But what I was going to ask is, can you process that and say, okay, this person is just this, and it's not going to keep me up at night, or will it still affect you on some
Oh
level?
no. At the beginning, it did, because I didn't understand that. So to me, everything was personal at first, because it was like, okay, I gotta make sure my business is afloat, and I have to stop all these comments, and I gotta put filter up for every like keyword. If someone says like a bitch, right, that's gonna get filtered immediately. No one else is gonna see it but me. So these comments would come in, and it would affect me at first, because I didn't know about filters. I didn't know that you can go in and monitor these things and control what's being seen. So remember that when you buy something on Facebook, it's not always what it seems. I'm not saying my business is like, crooked or anything. It's not. But people can moderate like the kind of comments that you get. It's different for him because he's getting his comments straight from Google. And Google, this guy that chew rocks decided to leave a shitty comment. Well, tough luck, dude. Was he at the bar? No.
There's some recourse, but it's tough. Yeah, like I've had so many. I would say a good 75% of my Google reviews that are 1-star are truly people who have actually never been inside the building.
Right.
And that is so frustrating for me because, well, for obvious reasons, I don't have to explain that. It's
That's
just,
what
it's
I was
super
saying.
frustrating.
That's what I'm saying, right? So you have that issue where it's like people can make it up, but you can't do anything about it.
Yeah,
You can't
kinda
hide
just
it.
have to let it go.
Right.
You have to just take it into your heart that these are the people
Accept it.
that smoke menthols so they don't have to brush their teeth.
Right. It's
I
very
wish it was that easy. I'm so sensitive.
you probably see a lot of different characters, man. Honestly, and I like. It's very like I think of you, and I'm like, how do you do it, man? Because you're the characters that come through your door are characters that for me I would lose my mind. You know.
Well, the
The
crazy thing is you are one of those characters, and now I'm literally sitting in that character's basement.
Yeah,
I mean,
you know what?
The 52nd floor of the Chrysler building
So
here.
It's not a basement, it's an office.
you thought it was a podcast, but we're gonna murder you.
No.
You know what?
Don't say that. You'll believe it, dude.
Yeah, no,
He's got like
people know where I am.
Man.
People know where I am.
He doesn't like my dog because it looks at him a little bit too long.
It's okay. I've got a signal jammer.
No, don't tell him that. You're fine, man.
We're gonna feed
Come
your
on.
toe to Coco.
Nah,
Coco's locked away.
he'd fuck it.
He probably would.
You might want to bleep that out.
That's all right.
That dog's so dumb.
He really is. He really
He'd
is.
leave 1-star reviews.
No, he wouldn't leave any reviews because he doesn't know where he is.
Is he Colombian?
No, he's
Does he speak Spanish?
he's actually from St. Catharines. which is-
No Spanish. Then.
No Spanish. No, he actually knows Spanish because of me. Is that how bark in Spanish, dude? Is that what that is? No, funny that you mentioned earlier. I'm one of those people, right? So I walk through that door. How many times have I walked through that door and not know where I was standing? Remember, and I keep saying this every episode, a long time ago, I was not the same person as I am today. Therefore, I changed my life. He didn't trust me at all, but I did everything in my power to get him to trust me. And the reason why is because I felt like I could help him more than I can help myself. And as I helped him, I guided myself along the way, which was really good. I gave myself a purpose. And the purpose was I did a little bit of DJing. And the DJing was really fun. And on top of that, I did advertising. And I got his business a little bit of exposure. It wasn't like
There were some boots.
crazy. There was some boots and cats, you know. But I did
You're really good, man. You're talented.
I did the DJing and I learned it quick because that's something that I was like, I gotta impress this guy. I gotta make it happen. I gotta do it because you know what? This guy deserves it. He's got a bar and I gotta bring all these people and he's gonna think I'm the best.
And I really didn't deserve it. It just worked out, you know. And I kind of have a resting bitch face when I walk around because
oh yeah. That's the first thing that I'm like, what's up with this guy? Like I gotta go talk to him and I would talk to him, talk to you, and you'd be like, you know, it was like a very dismissive. Who are you, right? So it was.
Yeah. Speaking of, actually, should we talk about that? Now, we were talking about 1-star reviews. Now we got to bring this full circle.
That's okay.
So the first time you came in, or first couple times, you had a great time drinking, hanging out. Nothing really bad happened.
Nope.
But you know,
but I didn't leave that.
then it's
Surprising for
3
that
o'clock
era.
in the morning, and little phone goes off, and you got a 1-star review from some gaming.
It was you.
Yeah.
It was you.
And then,
It's just
and
for
then
context.
the next day, another 1-star review
Oh no.
from his daddy.
Yeah.
From his dad.
No way.
Yeah.
Your
Yeah.
dad actually.
Yeah.
Sorry, but I
There
sorry to
was
throw you under the
context.
bus.
No, it's okay.
But you know,
I mean, I get
we're
it.
kidding now. I'm. It's totally no big deal, and I get it because it's part of my life, right?
And then next 1-star review was Coco.
No.
Yeah,
I remember
it
the
was-
comment I left. Who I said the armpit of Grimsby. Of the area.
Damn.
Yeah.
But it's so frustrating because
How
like,
did you not hit him?
it's like this guy is coming in my bar every Friday on a bender, but having a great time.
Yeah.
And then like he wakes up Monday and he's like, 1 star.
You're terrible.
I have a hangover. 1 star.
That,
Bro, I got so drunk. I don't know. I don't know why, but we
let
don't
me
have to
have
go into
fun.
specifics.
No,
but
he's right. He's right. He's
You
right.
let me have so much fun. You're the worst.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
was- he's
there.
right.
I've had so many people, you know, like it's funny. How do you guys feel about that? Like, if you,
You're
how,
right,
How
right.
do you feel about the laws? No. I'm literally not even bringing this up to,
No.
to put
I
you
get it.
down.
Yeah,
I totally get
I
it.
don't, I don't feel put down at all. Like I think that's funny because that's the way that my thought process was before, and I felt like the victim all the time when I would drink. Right?
Was that the root of your 1-star review?
Yeah. I felt like the victim, like poor me. Like I went through a terrible situation. I got in trouble by my parents. I used to live with my parents, so
Right.
I left it.
Instead
And I was
of
like,
blaming
whatever. I didn't
yourself,
think
you
I was
blamed
going to
the
be
bar.
there. I didn't think it was going to be like a regular thing all the time. You know, it just was like, meh.
I mean,
You know?
that's a,
Wait. Now that I remember, I got kicked out of the bar because to be fair, was nodding off. I was there because
So he actually left a 1-star review because he got so drunk he passed out and then he needed to be ejected. And then I get a
Right.
1-star review.
right.
So anyway.
Right. So that's my thought process. And I think I might have been drunk when I did it anyway. And the person that kicked me out, I didn't like their behavior.
So
You know who it was. It was one of the ones that's not there anymore. But
Yeah.
like that shit.
instead of blaming yourself, you blame the bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With
This-
with great drinking comes great responsibility.
All right. We're back. We just had a little bit of a technical difficulty there. And to be honest with you, I had to take a piss.
Yeah, me
so
too.
we're drinking a little bit of beer. So that'll do that. We have to take a little bit of a tinkle, if you know what I mean.
I don't do alcohol.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I do one alcohol. Do you have? Hi. If somebody walked in your bar. Hey, I'd like to have one alcohol.
Okay, I got to tell one more story about the bar before we go on.
Is it 3 kids in a coat asking for one alcohol?
I had a staff work me for me for like 6 months, and we hadn't supervised her, and then she was counting change. I was just like observing her to make sure she knew what she was doing, and then she like gave change to the customer. Oh, and did I mention she was Colombian?
Oh,
She's
yeah.
Colombian. And she's like, the toonie is the one, right? And I'm like, no, it's not.
Yeah. That's straight
She was so cute, though.
FOB, dude. Straight up.
The toonie is the two. Dude.
The toonie is the one, right?
That's really good. The toonie is the one, right? I have pesos.
But her tails were always on. It was just
yeah,
you know, it's
she
funny.
didn't know. She was new, right?
No, she wasn't new. She worked for 6 months.
No, I mean new to the country, right?
Oh yeah, she was new.
And you know what? My wife is Colombian, and it's like
Yeah.
that stuff. It takes a while to.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
I've had to
I get it.
explain very generic, simple stuff, and it's like you can't look at them like because that's
Yeah.
not normal.
Speaking of Colombia, we
Oh
all
my
have we're all very familiar with the country, aren't we?
Yeah, yeah. We've all been there, right?
Yep.
I've been there. Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm familiar. You guys are maybe a little bit more familiar than I am.
You were there, which is good enough for you to know how it is. And he's been there because he always follows me along, which is funny. Anywhere I go, I'll be like, hey, dude, you want to come? And he'll be like, yeah.
It's great to have a friend like that.
I honestly never expected to find a friend like that would be willing. I always bring it up to people like he came, and people that don't know him, but he went to Colombia. That's really cool. So kudos to you to do that. But
I went there for the drugs, not you.
yeah, he did. You know what? And the most memorable moment of him being in Colombia was losing him. We had gone out to multiple clubs in the night. So as we're bar hopping in Colombia, I'm kind of like his sightseer because I'm speaking the native language. People don't really know that I'm not from there unless I open my mouth, right? So I look it, but the minute I speak Spanish, they can tell I'm not from that part of Colombia, right? I'm Argentinian.
It's like the time where, I met your wife's family, and it's like, instead of saying nice to meet you,
What did you say?
I said,
can't
me gusta.
Me gusta. And then,
Is it that I want?
No, he's I like.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So they have their own phrase where like, nice to meet you, mucho gusto.
Yeah, right.
Instead, I said, me gusta.
Me gusta,
I like
yeah,
you.
yeah.
I like.
So
That's polite.
they egged him on for days after that.
Like their old uncle is just trying to shake his hand. Me gusta.
I
And
like.
they're all just laughing at me. I'm like,
He doesn't fit in. He's a sore thumb. He goes there and his sticks out.
So I was gonna ask you. So do you have credibility because you're Argentinian? So you have you can speak Spanish well. So do they think you're from Argentina there? So you have some cred?
You know what's funny? When I go there, they don't think I'm Argentinian. They think I'm something else like Peru or Ecuadorian and I go to Argentina and they definitely don't think I'm Argentinian at all. They're like, "Are you Chilean?
But
You're not
they're
from here."
But they're not like you're Canadian. Like
No. Never
okay.
pinpoint. You never had heard anybody say I'm Canadian, right? It's true,
Which
But
is good.
yeah,
Which is
he's
good.
like a walking misnomer.
Yeah, like I'm
like that.
unknown, Really, like I walk around like
There's so many Argentinians there too, and they all have like a certain personality.
basically
That
it's
is
like,
not his personality.
they're like, who are you? I'm like, I don't fucking know. Like nobody can pinpoint where my origins are, which is good because that saves me from a lot of trouble.
Yep.
Because I can
100%.
get robbed, and they're like, let's not rob the Peruvian guy. He's got like $5 on him, or he's Venezuelan. You ever seen Venezuelan money?
No.
To buy groceries in Venezuela with their currency, you would have to fill up a backpack full of money because their currency is so inflated,
Hyperinflation.
you can't even use it. Like just to buy a hot dog would be like
$1 million.
fucking stack of dollars or pesos.
Weird, Weird how that happens.
So that's why I honestly think I skimmed along or skipped past a lot of like the danger. And Colombia is really safe. It's not like what people say on TV where it's like, cartels and drugs and all that stuff.
Maybe for us, like I also similarly, I look like I'm a local or like I belong.
As soon as you open your mouth.
Until I open my mouth.
You open your, and then I would always tell him, dude, stop opening your mouth. Just don't talk. And he'd be like, yeah. And then something would happen. He'd open his mouth and immediately we're being taken advantage of.
And I have more Colombian friends than you.
You do, which is weird. And every single time I would leave him alone, he'd come up with like some special beer that I didn't know Colombia had. Even Colombians were like, where did you get that? Oh, I got it over there. There's
Colombian beers, Colombian people.
There's a little shop. You got to do a little left inside, and there's a guy in the back. He's waving. You got to get the beers off him. Like, where did you get that? How did you get sour beer in Colombia? They have like 4 kinds of beer. That's it. They're very straightforward.
Good for you. I'm too suspicious to be like that friendly with people.
It's just straight up. It's just
Good for you.
Thank you.
and he'd always
Gracias.
fit in.
Me gusta. Me gusta.
Oh God.
I like you too.
Yeah, he's good. He'd always fit in, and I remember losing him once, and I was losing my mind because I was like, okay, my wife let me go out. Okay, I'm very worried because I can't find my friend, and he doesn't know where he is because he's in the middle of Colombia, right? So I go into another irresponsible Dante. I go into another club. I walk in there, and I'm looking for him. I don't know where this guy is, and I go to the bathroom because I really had to pee. And all of a sudden I hear, "Doosh!" And I look behind me, and this guy's like, he comes out of a stall. He's like, it comes out of a stall out of nowhere. I did
What, this
not
guy?
find- Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I was blackout, and
He was he just goes,
I was hanging on Astoria. He's like, this guy. You're in a different
No,
club.
no,
I'm not.
this guy.
It's this guy.
this guy.
and he's telling me in the morning because I don't really remember.
Nothing. I
And
lost him.
He's like, I was about to give up, and like I'm just going to the bathroom one last time and taking a piss, and then as I'm washing my hands, I just hear this boom, and this bathroom stall flies open, and you walk out with questionable powder in your face.
Dude, all of this was like fucking Scarface. I've never seen something like that before. It was
Is it true what you said that these guys walk around with a necklace with like a container of Coke?
That's
cocaine?
sometimes true, but what it is not Coke. It's called Tusi, and Tusi, what that is, it's like a concoction of cocaine and like other drugs that they mix, and it's pink. And you do that, and they
I
just
don't know. I haven't tried it.
they do little like.
Like I said, I don't remember that night
I have
either.
another story, and it's hilarious. And they do it with a little spoon, and they're like, and that's it, right?
Okay, I have a question. Have you heard of this stuff they blow in your face? And
That's
then
Oh, yeah.
It's called
Is that true?
burundanga.
It doesn't work like they say it works.
Oh, okay.
I kind of believe it. He doesn't. Or they blow it in your face.
like a
Bro,
flower or
you
something.
can get it in pills. It's anti-nausea pills for
yeah,
boats.
yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can get it here.
Oh.
Yeah, same thing.
Well, for anybody that doesn't know what I'm talking about,
Dragon's breath.
there's this
Well, Dragon's bad.
stuff they blow in your face apparently in Colombia to tourists, and you're still lucid and coherent, and it's
Right.
kind of like a date rape thing, but you're just basically
It's
saying
like a
yes to
date
everything.
rob thing.
Yeah, and like
So-
there's like stories of people going to their houses and like
Emptying it out.
emptying out their own houses and helping the thieves load up a
Right.
truck. And then they'll talk to the doorman in the morning and be like, "What happened to all my stuff?" And he's like, "You carried it out with some random guy." last night."
And before he comments with his whole, unless he's wearing a scientist coat right now, I'm not going to really listen to him. But there's people that I've personally seen on the highway naked, and they've gotten roofied like that with the burundanga, which is like, I don't think
Sounds dangerous.
I agree with him.
I've seen you naked
Burundanga.
running around.
That's different. You don't need to be on Burundanga to see me.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
But I've seen people where they are naked, and I believe him in the fact where you don't get drugged because you touch something or you got blown it in your face. But what I do
Right.
believe is that they put it in your drink, or the prostitutes were put it in on their boobies, right? So that when you go and you give it a lick, you're gonna get.
It was the Burundanga, I swear.
right.
That's what got me.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
That's why she took all my money.
lick a titty,
100%. That's why.
lick a titty, wake up in a ditch. It could happen, right? So don't lick a titty.
Yeah.
And it happened. I've seen it happen before. This guy is an idiot, and I'll tell you why he's an idiot. Because one time we went out.
Oh,
Shut your mouth because you're dumb. And we went out and we were in this like a little mini bar. I guess the size of this room. This is a big room, but it's like a bar. This whole thing was a bar. We sat down. It was electronic music. Great time, right? We order our beers, and that's all. That's all me and him would do. We wouldn't interact with nobody. We would just talk to each other, drink beer.
I mean, I didn't have a choice.
Like, what else could you do, really? And this girl shows up, and she's like, smell this. But in Spanish, she's like, you want some? But he must have thought that it was like, smell this. It's a great smell. It's a cologne. I think about it all the time. It makes me laugh so much.
I mean, she's doing a sexy dance. I'm like, oh, yeah. I'll join in on that.
and then she comes out, she goes, smell this, right? And then he puts it up to his nose. He goes. So what he initially did, and it's a drug in Colombia that it's like drainage.
Poppers.
It's called poppers. It's a drainage.
No, we have those here too.
I guess so. It's gay guys. Well, I don't want to say.
Yeah.
The gay community uses it to loosen up their buttholes, right?
Yep.
Wait, what I know, popper,
And not popper is what you're thinking with a bong,
like
and a
tobacco,
cigarette.
and okay.
No,
I'm not.
something
different.
sniffable.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
This is
I'm not well
something-
versed in drugs.
This is
It's
something-
amyl nitrate. I think that's what it actually is.
He's got the lab
He is a
coat on.
scientist.
Yeah, he's got the lab coat, dude.
Good.
Always
So-
on in my head.
Right. So he goes and he sniffs this and he's like,
High IQ idiots, right?
and then I'm like, dude, how did that feel? He's like, it was not bad. And I know deep down he was like, oh shit, dude.
Yep. Yeah. It makes your face red. I could feel like my face is tingling.
Did you know what it was? Before?
No, I had no idea.
Oh my
I had
god!
no clue. I've never
You
done it.
guys are brave.
I've never
No,
done it
don't say
before
you
or
guys,
since.
because I'm smart.
You're brave.
I am smart. He's brave, sure. You, wanna call
You
him
ever
dumb
seen a
brave?
brown guy's face turn red?
I seen that.
He has.
No, I haven't.
And so I'm like, oh, let's keep going. You know, like let her go away. Like let her do her thing because they're always trying to take advantage of you.
So is it a hallucinogenic? Is
No.
Kind of like
it just it relaxes you.
cocaine-ish.
Yeah,
No,
not at the
no.
beginning.
Not that.
It
I mean, you haven't taken it. How
I
would you
haven't
know?
because I seen your face.
Based on how you were acting,
You literally
this is-
went through like a loop. It was phases. Like step one, you were like, and then step two, you're like, oh. And then you were calm after that.
Yeah, it's kind of like drinking. Where like you get
How long of period of time is this over?
Yeah, it literally happened within 30 minutes. Not even 30 minutes.
So you went through like
30,
every
yeah.
stage of drinking and like
15 minutes.
compressed in like
and about
20 minutes.
about 15 minutes, I say.
But
at
these
the
idiots, they're the ones that are like, you know, every now and then.
Right.
I don't know how you can do that, man.
most. This is basically maintaining a buzz.
Right.
Weird.
They're just
I-
constantly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I took a big whiff,
Literally.
Man,
and then it doesn't hit you immediately either. So I'm like, oh, I sniffed it, and then after I'm like, oh, what was that?
I knew about guys like you. I used to be a DJ, and the first time I DJ'd at a strip club, I was clearly uncomfortable. I was pretty young, and the chick came up, one of the girls that was dancing on stage, and she said, "Oh, are you the new DJ?" I said, "Yeah." And then she put her hand like this, and I just like put my hand out, and she like dropped just some random pills in my hand, and she walked away, and of course I just threw them directly in the garbage. But
Obviously.
I've met people like you that would just like take them and be like, "Well, I don't know what this is gonna
Those people
do,
are
but
dumb.
I'm gonna find out pretty soon."
Those people are dumb. Like, literally.
No,
They're-
I
they're
wouldn't say they're
chewing rocks.
dumb.
Like,
He knows how to live life,
No,
man.
but like,
I would have had a crazier
there's no-
story other than just a girl dropping these random
There's
pills
just
in my
no
hand if I would have
logic in
taken
that.
them.
It's like, now I have psoriasis. Like, I took some random
like
pill.
that was the start and the end of my story, but but for him, that would be the beginning of the story. And then there would be a whole story after that, you know?
Just takes random pills.
Like first this random stripper gave me these pills, and then I woke up, you know, on the island of a random restaurant bar naked the next morning or
Well, I
something.
mean, you got stories too. Like, what's your Colombia story?
Nothing really crazy. Nothing really crazy.
I mean, just going out to Colombia being that pill.
I mean, going there, it was kind of like before it was common to go there. So, and especially again, being from up north, my family not being well traveled, and my friends, just them thinking that, you know, I was going to be a drug mule 100%. Like my dad didn't have many serious conversations with me in my life, but that was one of them. He was like, listen, I don't think you should go. I do not think you should go. You're not a big dude. They're going to wrestle you down and you're going to be in prison. They're going to shove it up your butthole. He told me. And then my other buddy, who was like kind of in between my dad. So he was like 35 at the time. I was like 20. And he kind of had the secondary conversation, right. Same thing. They really believe that. And I think, I mean, it must happen to somebody, right?
You're going to have so much cocaine in your body.
You know what? My cousin said that before I went there, because I'm like, oh, I found a girlfriend in Colombia right before my wife is my wife.
Right. And
he's like, your asshole's going to be a garage. And I'm like, what do you mean, dude? He's like, your asshole's going to be a garage. I'm like, okay, dude. I'm like, what do you mean? And it never happened. And I had to rub it in his face all the time. But
your butthole?
No, it never happened. I've never had a bad experience in Colombia. Unless it was going with this guy, because it was something that always.
You guys had a way different experience. When I went, I didn't leave the resort. There was a guy with a machine gun, and when I saw that, I was like, oh,
I've never seen a machine. I've seen shotguns.
Yeah, so I went to Cartagena. Yeah. I went there, and then there was like this little barge, and there's an island called Biru or something. And anyway, yeah, it was a new resort at the time, but yeah, nothing crazy happened. Oh, actually,
we were there.
Actually, I will tell you one crazy thing that happened. I actually had met a Colombian girl online, and that's why I went to Colombia. And she went to the resort to meet me, but I was too sketched out to leave the resort. But she met me on like the third day. So the first 2.5 days I was by myself.
Right.
And I was just like chilling by myself by the pool, you know, at the restaurants and whatever. And this like middle-aged lady noticed that I was alone, and she just struck up conversation with me, and she just said, you know, you want to have dinner tonight with me, my husband and I said, sure, yeah, I'll have dinner with you. No, there's nothing sexual. There's nothing sexual about this story. It's anticlimactic, honestly, but
they're actually very super friendly people.
Yeah.
Like I've been walking by, and then I've been invited to breakfast.
So
breakfast, by the way.
But
breakfast. That's how long he's been out. It's breakfast.
You're not having dinner with anybody.
Yeah, he's been out.
I've been carrying
5 in the morning.
I'm carrying my fucking traveler backpacker's backpack too. It's like, hey, what are you guys up to?
This guy's a dumbass, but keep going.
So anyway, they were people from Canada. These people, because I'm at a resort, right?
Oh, okay. So
That
they're not
makes sense.
Colombians.
Okay.
They're just nice Canadians that just so happen to be in Colombia.
Right. So, do you want to come to dinner with my husband and I? I'm like, yeah, it's weird, but sure, I'll do that. Even though it's like free and it's like buffet, but we'll go sit at the same table.
Yeah.
So we sit at the same table and eat and stuff. And she was like, it wasn't flirty at all. She was just really nice.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, you should come back to our room after. And you know the joke you made earlier about Omar killing me? Or wait, no. No, you made it about whatever.
Yeah.
I kind of felt like that. I was like, man, are these guys brave enough to like kill me like in Colombia? And I was like super sketched out, but they were like, we have some hash back at the room.
That'll make you more sketchy.
So I'm like, you have, and this is a compound. Like,
right.
So we get back and we start smoking this hash, and I basically had a panic attack with them. And the husband was not really liking me because the wife was all
That's
friendly.
the worst.
But it was crazy. That the main point of my story is she was telling me, I'm like, how do you have hash here? Because like we're on an island. She's like, we come to Colombia like once a year, and we always bring drugs with us. She's like, when you're coming in,
they don't check.
Because nobody's bringing drugs to Colombia. They're always taking it away from Colombia.
Right.
So and when we came in, there were drug dogs that checked the bags, but somehow they
don't give a shit.
Wouldn't they throw you in prison for that? Like, I'm like, you guys are risking prison time for like hash? Like, what the fuck?
And Colombian prison is not nice.
No, anyway.
Well, prison in general is not nice, but Colombia, I wouldn't go.
You ever seen that show Locked Up Abroad?
No.
No.
Don't.
Oh, wait. Well, it's what it says it is. Locked up abroad, right? It's like probably like a prison in Taiwan or something, right?
Yeah. It's like people who are hard up and then they get somehow suckered into, you want 15 grand. All you gotta do is like shove this up your butthole.
Oh.
Like all you gotta do is like jump on this plane and go to like.
Wait, you are smaller than us.
That's where it transitions into the other show where it's the Border Patrol shows.
Right.
We caught this lady walking weird.
This guy was sweating. He probably had diarrhea.
Nah, he definitely had that in his bum.
And it's always so suspicious. They're like, what? They're like, what? You're by yourself and you're in Vietnam for like 30 hours and then you're going home. And they're like, yeah. And they're like, have you been here before? They're like, no.
No.
And they're like, come with me, sir.
Yeah. It's the
Like,
worst place that you can do that. Any of those Asian
Oh yeah,
countries.
Southeast Asia, brutal.
Yeah. And if you bring in like anything, I think it was this guy went to Dubai, and he brought a weed pen.
Oh.
A weed pen, and he got stuck there for 30 years.
Sharia
because-
law. It's
Dude.
yeah, it's insane.
30
man.
years. Your whole life is gone because you decided to smoke some weed through a pen.
General rule of thumb: do not
do
do
it.
drugs abroad.
I think it's over there where alcohol is illegal too. And they
Yeah,
have to
yeah.
have,
Actually,
like,
we we're just
Coke
having this
cans.
conversation. So in Dubai, I believe it's very, very hard to find alcohol. But in Abu Dhabi.
Actually, you can get alcohol
brown,
pretty
he would know.
easily there, yeah. But you can't be Muslim and get alcohol.
I
sell
heard.
it.
I think it's very westernized in Abu Dhabi. Is that right? But
Yeah,
and you can get it in Dubai, but it's harder apparently. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think they're both just cities in UAE.
Right. Yeah, actually, I have a friend there that's living there right now, and she posted her Instagram story, and it was like she had like an Apple Watch on her ankle. And I was like, okay, that's weird. And I was like, yo, is that an Apple Watch? And she's like, no, it's like a house arrest bracelet.
Oh, get outta here.
And I was like, oh, what? She's like, yeah, I got COVID. So they the way she explained it to me anyway, I maybe somebody's gonna school me on this, but basically she told me they randomly screen you for COVID like once every 2 weeks,
Right.
with a PCR, and then she tested positive. I had no idea how she got it. So they it's kind of like China, communist China. They have
Right,
like your
right.
phone, and then they
They track you just
whatever, but they
if you
actually
have
put a
that.
bracelet on her leg, and so she
That's
couldn't even
crazy.
leave her condo or whatever. They took her boyfriend right out, put him in a different place. She was isolated, and then she had to test negative X amount of times on a
That's
PCR,
wild.
blah blah blah. But everything is basically open, and it's been open pretty much the whole time. Like they have
Yeah, yeah.
westernized stuff there. They have like race, is it indie racing or whatever? They have.
Yeah.
They've had UFC there. They've had some events there and concerts and all this kind of stuff. And there's very little restrictions. But
Yeah.
if you get COVID, they lock you down and they
Put
put
you-
an
they put a
Apple Watch
bracelet.
on your ankle. Apparently,
That's pretty wild.
You got some
yeah.
apps here. What's going on? I got COVID.
Yeah, and then like once you're allowed out, then it'll tell you like the mall or like places of high concentration of people. It'll be
Just
like
like-
red.
Oh, I can download new apps.
Yeah, literally. You could be like, I'm just going to
Pull
check
up
my
your leg.
WhatsApp 1 second. Oh, my heart's at 140 beats per minute.
I'm like 80 years old. I'm not that flexible. I don't
That's
know how
crazy.
I didn't get fucking COVID.
I don't know.
Yeah, we had this guy got
Maybe you
COVID
did.
in Colombia.
Have you got antibody tests?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You haven't had it yet?
No.
You're naive. I haven't.
Yeah,
had
I
it
still haven't had it yet. I've been in
Yeah.
his house when he got COVID. Then his
I was a
wife got
hotspot.
COVID. And then I'm like, okay, maybe I need to leave this house.
Yeah, it's weird. I've
had
been in the house
COVID.
with people with COVID too. I have, as far as I know, I haven't got
It was like 3 days into COVID. I was a hotspot of COVID. But anytime he would come, I was respectful and I would always spray him with alcohol because he was like, ugh. I'm like, I don't want you to get sick, dude. And I would wear a mask. But I think COVID has to do with the coughing, right? Like whatever you're letting go. And I wasn't really like a person that was dirty.
I mean,
but I was straight up like.
I've shared like my vape and shit with people that tested positive later too.
Thanks for telling me that because you know what? Today you shared your vape with me.
Well, I still haven't
So,
tested positive. I don't know how.
Just don't touch the vape again,
I'm just the COVID ninja, man.
dude. I don't know, man. Just
There's people like us that haven't got it yet. We're few and far between.
you and this guy.
Yeah.
And I
me.
haven't got an antibody test, so maybe I've had it because I've been exposed to it a few times as
Yeah,
well.
by his
Not
sister.
recently, don't worry.
By his hot sister, he's gotten COVID.
She'll love that. She'll watch this and she'll love that. Thank
God, I love your sister too, man.
you. She's in Mexico right now.
Mexico.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. Okay. I'm a little bit embarrassed.
All right. Yo, what was that thing you were saying earlier about the weird names?
Oh, right.
Oh, like a meme thing?
So there is one thing. Back in the 80s, they did NES. So everybody knows NES, right?
No. You have to explain it for the people like me that don't know what that is.
You don't know what NES? Okay, so back in the 80s, they did.
No,
games.
but there was a meme right now that got you on this, right?
Yeah. So it's the whole Harry Potter thing where they're talking about Poppy Corby Twex is Vinda. So there's like a new Fantastic Beasts movie, and there's these tweets coming out where that's like, what does that even mean? So there's this guy that responded.
So wait, what actually is it? It's just like a weird named actress?
I still don't know. Nobody
I'm totally
knows.
not following it.
Nobody
What?
knows. Okay, so like,
Okay, so the tweet I see is Poppy Corby Twech is Vinda.
right. So it's the Secrets of Dumbledore.
So this is a movie?
Right.
Okay.
But that's what they tweeted.
Is this a spell?
Poppy Corby Tweck has been. So a lot of people were like, as soon as I said that,
Leviosa.
Okay, I don't even know what Fantastic Beasts is.
it's like
That's
a
me, bro.
spin-off. It's a spin-off of Harry Potter. It's what it is.
Okay.
Right. So there's
Gotcha.
Harry Potter universe, wizards and whatnot. Right.
Gotcha.
What got me the
Yo,
most?
wizard Harry.
Yeah, you're a wizard, Harry.
He's got a blue check, so it
You're
must
the-
be legit.
You're a douchebag. Harry.
No, this is Fantastic Beasts.
I'm a what?
Obviously,
You're a
it's,
douchebag.
it's legit, right? So
You should put this on screen so people can
no,
see.
of course, it is on screen at this point.
Okay.
So what made me laugh was the fact that this guy put exclusive peek at the rest of the cast list. So there was a
Exclusive
game.
sneak
just a-
peek at the rest of the cast list.
so there's a game in the 80s. It was a baseball game. The Japanese made it, right? So they didn't have any Americans on like the staff.
Wait, are you explaining something funny to the people?
Yeah. I have to explain it.
Let me break this joke down for you before you laugh at this joke.
No, I gotta do it. I gotta explain what it comes from. So there's this cast that they created for this game because they had no Americans on board. The names are like Sleeve McDickle.
So it's a bunch of Asian people trying to make up white people names.
Right.
And
Wow,
they've
that's so
never met-
simplistic. I understand now. I understand exactly.
It took me forever, dude.
No.
Like-
I'm just razzing you, buddy. I actually follow what's going on now.
Well, make up a name without ever meeting a white person
Right.
versus make up a brown name right now. Do it.
It's hard, man.
I can't say anything that's,
what
not
they felt.
offensive.
That's what
Is
they
it
felt.
Sleeve McDykel?
Is it, what do we got here?
Todd Gonzalez.
Yeah, I like that one.
Mike Truck.
Mike Hernandez. It's Carl Dandleton. What is this?
They
Like,
straight up what did Ray McScriff?
Willie Dustus.
Have you guys,
Mario.
have you guys ever heard, it's like on YouTube you can find it, and it's basically what English sounds like to non-native speakers. Have you seen that?
Is it basically like smashing your face on the keyboard?
No, it's like if you do the impression of like what you think Chinese is.
Oh no.
Like but it's like Chinese people trying to like imitate English that don't know what English is. It's actually really creepy.
Let me get my credit card.
It's kind of like this.
Well, this is basically what popped up.
Is
and
this
I thought
vegan?
this was hilarious.
Furcott. They're dangerously close to some names that are legitimate, just like missing some
Right.
letters.
But
you know?
it just makes me laugh. The thought process of the Japanese guy going, "Oh,
and you have to think.
Anatoly Smorin." He like really got into the thought process. Like, oh, it's not Americana. Gwendolyn Mixon.
And this is before the days of Google, right?
Right.
So what
The
sources
80s.
are they using?
Their heads.
Yeah, there had to be
No,
there had to be
there-
something.
I
It's gotta be
mean,
their
Todd Gonzalez. That's close.
Yeah, it's oddly Spanish.
It's like Todd Gonzalez.
I would see you as a Todd Gonzalez.
These
I'm
would be
not a-
good handles on Reddit, actually.
My favorite is Bob's and Dugnut.
Mike Hernandez.
Yeah.
No,
Mixon,
seriously,
you know?
at that point, just smash your face on the keyboard.
How would you pronounce that one?
Which one?
Chamberlain.
Chamberlain.
No, Chamberlain.
Yeah, that's a G.
Chamberlain. Yeah, yeah.
Chamberlain.
Raoul Chamberlain.
Dugnut.
Weird.
I'm going to name my kid one of these.
Bobson. Actually, that's a good name, Bobson.
I don't know who makes up this shit. Like back then, there was no control.
Bobson Dugnut.
They just released things.
That's my new Reddit name.
And then this was, of course, on a Famicom, which then I got into NES, and people were like, "What?
What?
This is a baseball game?" But you know what? It was a good baseball game. People played it.
I mean, I'm going to name one of my kids these.
Yeah, you could.
It's actually, yeah.
Dean Westry. Omar Dill Pickle. No, but seriously, I think this goes along with like what I was telling you earlier. I'm gonna have a boy, right? So he's got a normal name. Don't worry. So
You have the name picked already?
Don't assume his gender.
it is his gender. What do you mean? He's coming out as a boy. So my wife tells me that kids are smarter in the womb when you put on classical music, right? So I was thinking like,
But your kids?
yeah, my kids, we're high functioning idiots. Our IQs are high, right? So he's gonna have a naturally high IQ, but still, when he comes, he's in the womb right now, so we can put classical music, and he's gonna pick it up, whatever. But I'm going to an orchestra. I don't know if I've told you guys.
No.
So I don't know if you've ever heard of Final Fantasy VII. It's a PlayStation game.
I've heard of it.
Right. So they're doing an orchestra for that.
It was by the Japanese.
The Japanese. Yeah.
How are the names in this game?
the guy on the piano is Willie Dustus.
I want to make fun of you, but it actually sounds cool.
No, it is. So it's got like the video in the background, and they're actually playing the music live from the game, but in an orchestra. And I'm thinking of my son, like he's just absorbing this, and he's like, oh, he's just getting super smart because it's like classical music.
Is it? Can they hear in the womb?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But
So
he's also your son, so he's also kind of.
Get out of here, dude. He's got a big head, but whatever. And I put on the phone like right next to my wife's belly, and he kicks anywhere I touch him. He's kicking back. He's like, "Don't touch me." Already, he's got an attitude. This guy's is like a punk already.
Yeah. Well, my kid's in the womb too, and when I touch Dana's belly, nothing.
Nothing. Yeah, but he's too small.
I got to try classical music.
You should. It picks up the progressive.
No.
What is it?
300 IQ idea. Just read this list of names to him.
He's
Dean
born.
Westray.
As soon as he's born, he's gonna be like, Willie Dustus. Dude, this is a solid list. Anyway.
Bobson Dugnut.
Yeah, who makes that? Japanese. But you know what? This was really, really a good episode. I actually really enjoyed it with you guys.
Me too.
Yeah, it was fun. I still don't like you guys though.
Well, I do still like you.
Likewise.
I just not gonna invite you back. That's all.
It's okay. It's okay. Your kid was 300. He's smarter than you already.
He's gonna text you. He's that smart. Go to that orchestra. He's gonna text you and tweet you right after.
Your wife is like, "Where'd my phone go?" And she's like, "You hear some beeping."
It's in the womb. No,
why is my belly vibrating?
I appreciate it. No, you guys were good, especially you. Like you think you need.
Don't
some.
send her out Omar like that.
Well, he had episode 2 all to himself and all of his buddies.
I like both you, especially you.
Yeah, especially you. Yeah, but he had his own little audience last episode. People were liking it too, so I think now.
Well, that voice, man, I was one of them.
Yeah, Jesus, so low. He can pick you up. His love is palpable.
Never gonna let you down.
Never gonna let you down.
Never gonna run around.
All right, guys. I appreciate you coming out. Thank you so much for
Thanks for having us, man.
The third episode.
That's fun.
Jeez, don't do that. All right, brothers.
Hit one of those buttons for us.
Yeah.
I think that was the wrong one. I think it was this one right here.
My yard.
No, it's not that.
No. I'm gonna put some dirt in your eye.
Wait. No, I got it. No, it was actually a joke. I know.
Process of elimination. He's pushed all the other ones.
No, I know the actual button. I was just messing around, dude. It's this one. Take it easy, guys.
We'll see you next time on the Just Talk to Me Bro podcast.
See you guys.